Hey guys, this is Chad Corbett from All the Leads. This is Tips from a Trainer. So I try to address things that we commonly hear in these videos, and one of the things that came up today that I've been hearing for a couple of years, and we address on mastermind calls is, well, hey, listen, I'm getting a hold of a ton of people, best phone numbers we've ever had, but they've already sold the house. I've talked to 50 people who have already sold the house. And okay, so how many people were on your list? 100. Okay, so 50 you can't help. What I want to share with you is kind of just perspective. So think about your very best lead source, and think about if you had 100 of those leads, how many closings would you have? And I tried to do some research online and come up with like a kind of a universally recognized conversion rate on different lead types, and there doesn't seem to be one. Everybody seems to have a different opinion or different results. So I'm just going to share my opinion and my perspective on this and what I've seen with working with hundreds of agents over the last couple of years, and also in my own business. So as I ventured into residential real estate, I first started with internet leads because I moved to a city where I knew nobody, had no sphere of influence, had never sold a single house. So I started with internet leads, and I found about a 50-to-1 conversion rate. Later, as I got into the industry and joined a mastermind, I found out that actually wasn't so bad. Some of the guys that were doing 100, 200 deals a year were also getting 50-to-1 or 2% conversion on those internet leads. The reason I gravitated toward probate is I really hate begging for business. And I saw a need in our market. I kind of saw that blue ocean. And I came over here and said, okay, let's see what we can do. I quickly rose to about 6% conversion, and I fell on my face and I did things wrong, and I've fudged up a lot of times, but consistently, if we were given 100 probate leads, we could work it down to about 6 listings over a 90-day period. Now, in my experience working with many agents across the country in probate in different markets than mine, especially the very competitive markets, I would say that 2% is a more likely conversion rate that you could expect. So let's start with 100 leads. You have 100 leads, there's only 2 in there that are going to do business with you. Even at 2%, if you figure out what your median price is times your average commission, which for most of us is probably 3 to 4%, what we find is even the agents that are doing 2% conversion are typically making between 1,500 and 2,000% ROI. So for me personally, I was around 1,800%. I would spend $1,100. I would send out 3 letters, follow each letter with a phone call. We would usually list 2 houses, either one on the phone call or one on the letter, or 2 on the letter, none on the phone call. That always seemed to change. There never was really a pattern that I could recognize there. But over a 90-day period, if I looked at it on a 90-day campaign, I could expect 6 closings. For a lot of folks, that's 2%, where ours was 6, but my median price on my probate listings was $117,000. So that translated to about 21 grand in commission for us. So we could spend 1,100 here to get 21 grand here. And rather than focusing on the 94 people who said no, or indirectly said no by throwing our letter in the trash or never responding to our marketing, never returning voicemails, rather than focus on 94 people who didn't need my help, I just thought it was more logical to focus on the 6 that did. And I think each month when your leads come in, it's your job to do that. It's prospecting, right? Prospecting is looking for the gold. So each month when your leads come in, keep in mind, most of the people, the vast majority of the people on this list either don't have a house, don't want to sell, have already sold, or don't want my help. They already know a realtor. And that leaves the 2 to 4, or 2 to 6, let's say, the range we're discussing, that do need your help. And that's really what this is about. It's finding those. So look at how many FSBOs, how many for sale by owner houses are in your market, and how many phone calls do you have to make, how many of those can you list, and maybe you're a superstar. But I'll tell you what, if there were a FSBO or expired or any other lead source out there that did better than 6%, including this company, If I could give you a list of 100 leads and you could list 50 of those, I would probably be somewhere on this map, other than Roanoke, Virginia right now, lying in a hammock, sipping on a coconut drink. You've got to do the work, guys. So don't get discouraged when you make your first round of phone calls and not everybody says, oh yeah, I'll list with you, come take my house. Like, it's not going to be that easy. But if you're diligent and you put in the work and you prospect, you can get 2 to 6%. We've proven it in markets all over the country. It's just a matter of getting your own mindset straight first and not giving up. You've got to put in the work. So hopefully this helps. It's a little scattered. It's not really backed up by hard facts, but I will tell you that I've done this in my business now for a few years and in hundreds of other people's businesses for a couple of years, and I've learned a lot. And the people who really succeed are the ones who recognize what I'm talking about. Not everybody's going to do business with you. Your job is to find the ones that need your help and let the others roll off your back. So hopefully this helped, and if you want more tips from the trainer, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out the playlist here. If you're a subscriber already and there's anything we can do to help you, you can always email support@alltheleads.com, put something in the subject line about training, and it will usually get back to me. If you are interested in probate, you're not a subscriber of ours, you can go to alltheleads.com. There's a link in the notes here that you can also click and give us a call. We'll kind of talk about what it might look like in your market, how many leads we're getting per month, how many closings you might expect. I guarantee it's going to be less than 6%, but that works really well if you do the math. So thanks for watching, guys, and have a great